received this card from Julie and Harry. Hello Simon, long time no see. So Blake and Harry, hello. Here is the card that we received from you guys this week, and it really did make us chuckle. So if you missed previous lives, we did with one of our new stencils, and I am going to use this I think later, so I'll just grab this. This is our slimline scene builder stencil, and it has these cool little trees that you can build, but our very creative teaspoons thought that one of them looked a little bit like the poo emoji, and we were also playing around with googly eyes as well that week, and that I guess gave birth to the idea of a poo emoji with googly eyes, and Harry very kindly has made that come to life for us in this card, which I think is so adorable. I think some help was given by Mom there just to make sure that it all got put into a card for us, but I love it. It's really cool, so thank you very much. Now I'm sure it's time for you to be in bed if you're not already, so yeah, so maybe Aunt needs to tell you it's time for bed.
Well, I don't need to, you just did.
I just did, yeah, but it's not the same unless you do it.
Well, thank you for the poo emoji card. It
Yes.
was an idea that came up, wasn't it, during one of the live, so it was great when it arrived in the post. It was lovely to open a card addressed to us both for a change instead of just Joe.
So they just proper made us chuckle. And I wanted to share this with you as well. So one of our previous design team members, Katrina, she is doing her own thing, and is looking at doing some different crafts and possibly turning those into a business of her own. And she made me this beautiful keyring that I commissioned from her. It's absolutely gorgeous with the flower detail in the resin with my initial, and then this gorgeous little tassel. So I absolutely love it. So if you haven't already seen Katrina's website, now I do apologise, but the website, the Instagram page that she uses for her resin work isn't on here. She is Crafty Lima on Instagram for her other designs, her card making. So if you follow her on Instagram as Crafty Lima, you will find the link to her new website as well. But it's absolutely beautiful, really well made, and it's handmade, so it's even more gorgeous. So please do check out her Instagram page. I think Aunt might be looking for it as we speak. Yeah, definitely go and say hello to her. So, and I wish her lots and lots of luck with it because they're beautiful. So that's that. I also did commission one as a present for my mum, but I can't show it you because she's not seen it yet, so in case she's watching. So today's card, I really wanted to make something using these cute little bunnies. And the reason that I wanted to use these is because we've been doing some gardening in the nice weather. So I don't know if you guys have had the same nice weather that we've had recently, but we've really taken advantage of it by getting in the garden and planting some nice new plants. And also we've had a new fence put up. So I want to use the windmill add-on dies to create a little fence. So my little bunnies are going to be doing their gardening, they're going to be having their fence, as their nice new fence up as well, in a cool scene. And I'm going to make that scene using, now this is mine because that I've added some magnetic sheets to, but this is the dynamic display die set, dynamic display card die set. It's a bit of a mouthful. Basically what it makes is a display card blank for you, so that style of card. And I've already cut one piece out. The die set looks huge, but actually it does fit through your A5 sized die cutting machine, so it's not too large for your mid-sized machines, because all of the pieces are small enough to go through. So this one is the one that creates the main card shape, and I've cut that out of some blue cardstock to create my sky, because if your days were anything like ours, the skies were a beautiful, beautiful bright blue, so I thought this would be perfect. And it's got these embossing lines which you will just bend and fold into this shape, and that is essentially the display element of your card. You're then going to get some separate pieces which I've already layered onto some green cardstock that will allow you to create a scene within that. So so I'm going to cut those out now, and then we'll start building our scene around it with our little bunnies. So I'm going to make a bit of a noise while I just cut these first layers out.
The embossed folds in that just make it right easy to do, don't they?
They do, yeah, that's it. And it's such a simple card shape to actually make once it's, if you've got the dies, because you don't have to think about measuring, making sure all your, you know, all of your folds are in the right place. It's so much easier. So, sorry about the noise there. So, how's everybody doing? Have we got any comments?
Bunnies in the garden set is so cute. Lindsay Turner says she needs this now. She keeps putting out basket. Keyring's gone down well.
Yeah, it is really
I couldn't find anything on Katrina's Instagram.
Oh.
No, I don't know how you managed to find it, but she's got nothing on there showing
she's
it.
not. Oh. I honestly can't remember what the name of it is. I'm sorry, Katrina. I've let you down.
Anything to do with resin keyrings at all?
I don't know, could be. But she's, I don't think it's just keyrings that she's doing, you see. It's all different resin work. Because I also should show you that she did send me this little free gift as well, which is I didn't realise I've got it so close to hand. It's the bookmark, Take Me to the Beach, which is perfect for me, because that is exactly the feels that I'm having at the moment, is I want to go to the beach. So again, really, really gorgeous, lovely resin with the inlaid sand and stuff, just really giving you those beachy feels. So we've got our display card segments here. So you see this will form the front of your scene, and then these bits will then allow you to add some dimension to them. So again, they've got these little embossed lines that allow you to just slot them inside, so that you can then create some different layers, and you can add them all, or you can just add one, but they all kind of stack on top of each other, so that you can create some different dimension to your scene, which is really cool. So what I'm thinking I might do with my scene is potentially I might not have that extra layer at the back as such. I might cut these end panels off and have that just sitting flat onto my background, and then I may have that with my fence attached to it. So we've got our little fence panel, and our fence panel pretty much fits along the back of there quite nicely. So so yes, we can have our fence going along the back, and then we're going to have one layer in the middle there, and then a layer at the front, which I think will look pretty cool. Because obviously, I mean, I was thinking I could have and I might have a little bit of fence at the front here, we'll see. we'll see, because I don't want to cover up our background. But in the windmill add-on set, there's all these other cool little dies. So we've got some bushes, we've got some clouds, we've got a tree, we've got a little potted plant. So again, these are going to be perfect to add into our scene. So I think I will use some of those as well to help me build up my scene. So I'm just going to use my little trimmer here just to trim off the edges of this, because I know that I don't need the edges of this. So I am just going to trim those off like so. And pop these in the bin. I'm just having a little dip of my biscuit in my tea as well. Anybody else having biscuits? Or just me?
I had a few chocky hobnobs.
Have you had a few?
So we've got Laura Ann that's decided to create an inventory of Time for Tea design stuff that she wants.
Oh right, so this is like a wish list.
Very technical by the sounds of it. It's a digital deal at the moment. It's categorised and in alphabetical order.
Wow.
So we'll be able to add new releases in. Wow.
That does sound very efficient, very organised.
And she's just about to have sticky toffee pudding.
Oh wow, that is going to make Anna jealous. He does love a bit of sticky toffee pudding.
With a bit of custard.
That's going to sit in there, which is going to be pretty cool.
Simon Williamson's having a mint magnum.
Oh, nice.
White one is my favourite.
Yeah, that's your favourite, isn't it?
I've got some in the freezer actually.
Yeah, you have. You could have had those.
I could.
So, I'm going to keep on with my background for the moment, because what I want to do is I want to use my slimline stencil here, because this is perfect for creating some clouds. Now, while we didn't have many clouds, I do think that they just add a little bit of dimension, don't they? So I'm going to use some of this Brilliance Moonlight White ink. I've not used this for this purpose before, but I do love this white ink. So if I know some of you guys were asking me about it the other day, and I've used it for stamping with, and it's really good for stamping. So I'm gonna just use that here now for. Am I in shot? Yes. And I'm going to use one of the new MIDI size brushes to do this. And I'm just going to, this is a pigment ink rather than a distress ink. So I'm hoping that that's going to give me a really nice bit of colour here. So I'm just, as I would know, and I love the size of this brush for this kind of work. It's a little bit bigger than the finger brushes, the stackable brushes, but it's still really easy to control and get into some of those smaller areas. So you can see now how that's just created a really nice white shade. I love the look of that. So that's worked really nicely. So I'm going to flip it.
It's not too harsh, is it? The white.
No, it's
not,
nice.
It's almost like a bit, like snow sitting on the top of like window edgings. So.
It's because it's moonlight white. It does have a little bit of a silvery hint to it. Which you can't really see on screen, but in person, in certain lights, if you tilt it to the light, you can see it. And it's one of those that, as you putting the colour down, you think you're not really doing anything, and it's only when you take the stencil away that you can see that you've actually made an impression. So I feel like they're a little bit too lined up, so I'm going to add a bit more in here just to create a few more rolling clouds, just to break up the line there. And that doesn't have to be very, definite. It's just to give the illusion of there being a few more clouds in the background. And we'll do a couple more here, although we may not see those. But I love creating clouds. It's one of my favourite things to do, is to create the clouds. So there, that's made for a really nice kind of sky background, I think. I'm happy with that. And I love this. So Lunan's having terrible internet troubles and we'll have to catch up tomorrow. Blake's making a tower of biscuits while Harry's colouring in some time for tea images, and you're finishing your crystal art notebook. Loving the crystal art stuff that you've been doing. It's been really cool. Jackie's staying at a new caravan in Old Brampton near Chesterfield. That's not far from us. And Kelham Museum's not far from us at all, is it?
What's at Kelham Museum?
Some old Sheffieldy things.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it the one down near Crafton Dow? Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it'll be about, you know, the works that were around Kelham Island back in the day. Paula says she loves these clouds and I like the white on the blue paper. Yeah, I just thought it would be, because normally I would do blue onto white, but I thought this would be a different little twist to it. So like I said, we're going to have that green in the background there. Now what you can do, which I've not done this time and I perhaps won't do this time, but you could use some of your landscape dies to change the edges of your die cuts here. So if you wanted more of a grassy finish, you could do that. But instead of doing that, what I'm going to do for the for some of these is I'm going to add a little bit of green using the stencil here, and some I'm going to use one of my little finger brushes, and I'm just going to add a little bit of colour using those rather than die cutting it, so it'll just be a little bit of a softer look. So I'm going to use some mowed lawn first of all. I think we'll add a little bit of that, see how deep that looks, because it's quite a similar colour to the colour that I've used in my for my cardstock, if I can get the words out. And I do know the name of this this cardstock. Truly I do.
Go on then.
Actually, the truth of the matter is I don't until I get out my little swatch book. But when I've got my little swatch book, which is here, then I can remember the names of things. So this one is Lime Zest.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I would have guessed that actually.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you though?
Yeah.
No. I think
Defo.
you're telling fibs, aren't you?
I think I'd guess at mowed lawn.
Would you?
Yeah.
Only because I'm doing a lawn though.
That's it, yeah, exactly, yeah.
But
perfect.
it is the perfect colour for a lawn, to be fair. So we'll do a little bit more of this. Okay, but mowed lawn was already taken, you see.
Yeah.
So I've had to do something different.
And this cardstock's available on the website, isn't it?
It sure is.
And you can buy it as a single...
No, you buy it in packs of 5.
Packs of 5, that's what I meant, yeah. Single colour, packs of 5.
Oh yes, single colour.
Rather than a few colours together.
Yes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the Lucky Clover for a bit of different green. Because I do like the Lucky Clover as a shade of green as well. So that's just going to add a little bit of extra interest.
The blue one you're using is called Bluebird.
It is. It sure is.
Alright.
So that's what I had to make the swatches so that I could remember what they were called, because I just could not remember. So that's a few little bits on there, and I think I'll add We'll add a few on here as well. So just move your stencil around a little bit so that you're getting a different pattern of your greenery. So just move it around a little bit so that you're not getting lines again. You're just getting a different pattern each time. And that's creating some nice grassy effects. And then we'll do the same on our back panel. And it just adds a little bit of interest. Just makes it look a little bit more interesting.
Just breaks the block of green up, doesn't it?
It
with
does,
some interest, like you're saying. It's not too harsh, so it's not.
It's not going
blends in
to.
nice.
Yeah, that's it. It's not going to take away from our design at all. And also, it's not adding extra bulk. So if you were adding layers of cardstock, you would potentially be adding bulk to your card, which you don't really want. Because there's already enough layers on here because it's a display card, so you don't want to overload it with too many layers. So that's pretty cool. We've got a nice bit of grass going on there. And these little finger brushes are perfect for doing little things like that. Make it so quick and easy. So, background's coming together. I'm liking that. So, and that one's going to sit in there. And then the front panel will go like so. So you can see it's already starting to take shape and looking like a really cute card. So the next thing that I want to do, I think, is I'm going to cut, while we're cutting things out, I'm going to cut out my little fence. I'll figure out where my little fence is going to go, because then that'll determine where some of my other little critters are going to go. And this, I'm thinking, do I cut it out of grey cardstock? Yeah, I'm going to cut it out of grey cardstock because our fence is grey.
It is. And if anybody has ever painted fence panels, double paling, so the ones that have front and back with a gap in between, OMG.
OMG.
It's taken 2 days and still not managed to get.
No, we've still got another coat to do on
3.5 panels.
Oh, it's a horrible, horrible job. It's just pure evils.
Absolute minging. But we've decided to paint them. They were dark brown.
Yes.
And we've decided to go for a sort of light grey. So
yes.
It's always going to take at least 2 coats anyway. But it's brightened up the garden, something rotten.
It really has. Something rotten. So that's one fence at the back there. So that's really cool. I love that. And I'm thinking with this, what I'm probably going to do is going to add some highlights to it, so that it brightens up. And then I think I'm going to cut another one. We might have a little bit, half and half, coming out of each side of this. And then I think I also might be inclined to cut out some like little pots as well. Oh, it's wanting to move around.
Yeah, we've certainly, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but when the weather's nice, obviously we want to be outside as much as possible.
Yes.
So we've painted the fence panels, bought a load of plants, been potting us plants in as planters.
Putting plants in planters.
Yeah.
Wow, that's lots of peas.
Rearranging furniture, moved the tiki bar to the other side of the garden.
Yeah,
It's
got a bit of a
rearrangement.
rearrangement, and then the sun went in.
And then and then it's been threatening thunderstorms, hasn't it?
It has.
Today, but
They've been saying that, but it's not happened
not yet. Anyway.
So I'm going to cut that one.
I've just been painting a summer house.
Straight down the middle.
Any gin in there? And gin,
And then we'll do that like
specialised gins.
I think that looks quite cute, doesn't it? And then my thoughts were to do a little bit of, just a bit of shading. I don't know whether to do it in the white or in the pumice stone. Because it's a little bit... where's one of my little diddy I feel like I need a really diddy one now. Let's try one of these and a bit of pumice stone. Just to lighten this this little fence up a tiny bit, we'll just add a little bit of the pumice stone. So this is one of our small brushes, and I think just adding a little bit of this down one side, just going to lighten it up a little bit.
Harry's not enjoying the outdoors at the moment because he gets heat rash.
Oh no, that's brutal.
I have been suffering with hay fever so bad probably the last 4 days.
You have been really terrible for it, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember being this bad last year. I think I've got biannual hay fever.
Do you think? Maybe not last year, no. Maybe you weren't out in it as much, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I think we were when lockdown first happened. I seem to think we were out in it quite a bit.
Well, I was working in prison, wasn't I? So I was off. I was working shifts, so.
Yes. But I know when we were in the shop, we used to struggle with it a lot of time. I think it just depends, like you said, it's pollen specific.
Yes,
isn't
it is. Yeah.
So maybe some years it's a different pollen situation. So.
Can't breathe, runny nose, itchy eyes.
It's awful. It tires you out as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I had my COVID jab as well recently, and I think
you were struggling.
Been feeling the effects of that as well.
Yeah, it's funny how it does get you.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to, and you think, oh no, I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to be a bit tired, but it just drains you.
That was it. I just felt a bit lethargic, didn't I?
Yeah, totally.
But there's always stuff that needs doing, so you
can't stop. Yeah. No, you have to fight through it, don't you? You really do. So that's so we're on his way. I'm happy with my little fence situation. So now I think I need some bunnies, don't I? Doing some gardening. So let's get some bunnies stamped out here, and we're gonna have a really cute scene. Oh, that's not my stamping platform that I want to use. I like my little one.
Let's see where Rosie is and chuck her out.
Oh right, good shout. This little Rosie has not been enjoying the heat either. She gets very hot.
Sleep next door.
She's asleep, is she? Bless her.
They're both
They're both fast asleep. Cute. So yeah, I think she's been enjoying the lighter, cooler evenings, and she's been dancing off somewhere and not coming home until ridiculous hours, which has been frustrating us both, hasn't it? Because we've been up till all hours trying to get her in. But then today she's not been that bothered. She's been around home the whole day, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been hanging about, hasn't she?
Been sat on the top of the car, which is also very naughty. So I'm going to do these two little bunnies, the wheelbarrow, and we're going to do some flowers here as well. And I'm not going to do all the flowers in the wheelbarrow for this one because these are they're just doing their the cleaning up situation I'm envisaging in my head. So we shall get them onto there, and we'll get some of this tuxedo black ink and stamp these out.
Lots of people suffering with hay fever as well.
Oh no, you see, you're not alone.
No.
You're not. So we'll stamp that down. I'm going to use my microfiber cloth just to help me get some pressure onto that, and that is going to need another stamping. I think my memento is a little bit dry, which is a bit annoying. That's better. That's better. Sometimes you just have to do it a couple of times for it to work. So I'll just give them a little white, and then what I'm thinking actually is we might do a couple more of these little flowers individually. Just because I perhaps want to do some little pots or some extra little flowers here and there. So I'm just going to stamp them onto this block and stamp a few of these out. Colour. And if you didn't want to colour all of these in, if you weren't feeling it, then you could, again, use those little daubers, those little stackable brushes, to colour them in just with a little bit of ink. That would work quite well. Also, so what do we think about a sentiment? Who am I making this card for? We made my Father's Day card last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, let's see. So, let's take this out of here. And I can get this coloured.
Alice Gardner's finally managed to move, although everything's in boxes still, including her office furniture screws.
Oh no.
But she says that she loves these bunnies.
Oh, the bunnies are super cute.
She thinks she deserves some time for tea design stuff.
She earned it after moving. So I don't have a kitty in here. A kitty? I do have a kitty. I don't have a bunny. Speak with your words. So I'm going to stamp one on here. In my little tag book here. And then when I've coloured my bunnies in, I'll be able to write down which ones I've used, which is really cool. So we'll pop him to one side. And I think the colours that I am going to use are going to be some E shades. I want him to be like a pale kind of a brown colour. So I'm using the E30 at the moment. So just put a bit of a base layer down. But the great thing about bunnies is that can be all kinds of colours. They can be grey, they can be white, they can be all different shades of grey and white. You know, they can be different shades of brown. You could have a darker brown for a hair. You could have multicolours, and there you can yeah, there's all different kinds of bunnies, isn't there? I think like more domesticated type bunnies. E31. So sorry, I didn't show you my pen there. I'll do that properly now. So I'm just going to add a bit of shading around the ears and around the side of his face. And I'm doing this quite quickly and roughly, just to save a bit of time, because we had bit of late start, didn't we? I know you guys will probably be wanting to get yourselves to bed pretty soon. But is anybody crafting along? I know Julie and Harry and Blake are all crafting along. Who else have we got crafting with us tonight? What's Simon up to these days? Is he still with us? Because I know I've not seen recently any updates on any more releases from Simon. Be lovely to know what you're up to. And we'll get just blending out the lines here for that E31 with some of my E30. Just to soften those and bring those into the centre. I might leave it quite soft for these guys, so I might not add in much more in terms of colouring for them, because like I say, I want them to be quite pale. So I'm just going back in with the E31. Oh, it's upside down, look. Just to smooth out any rough edges and add a tiny bit more. So Copic markers don't tend to layer. They have only got the very smallest amount of extra depth when you add another layer of colour. So so if you really want to deepen your shadows, then you need to use the next kind of colour in the spectrum. But I'm happy with that. And then for the little cheeks and ears, let's have a look at the RB42. It's quite a nice shade. Let's give them a nice pink nose. Some nice
pink cheeks.
Pink cheeks.
Laura Ann's finished 3 cards just before we were on. She's now working on a Euro journal spread.
Oh wow.
Alison Chelsea's trying to make her parents' 47th wedding anniversary card. It's your parents' 50th wedding anniversary in August, isn't it?
It is, yes. And I'm struggling for ideas. So if anybody's got any ideas for presents or for cards or anything like that, then do let me know. So I used the RV11 and the RV42 together there just to colour in the ears. For the little wheelbarrow, now we could go classic wood, or we could make a nice brightly coloured wheelbarrow, and I think I'm going to go coloured. I think I'm going to go for a red wheelbarrow, because let's make this bright and colourful and cheerful. And I've coloured over it now, but I was thinking, I could have done a bit of a rainbow colour on this. It's is it Pride Week?
It was Pride Month, isn't it?
Pride
June.
Month. I'm sure some, yeah.
But I think it is
next week is like the week or something.
It's 25th, isn't it?
Or is it the week after? I don't even know what day it is today, to be honest. So a bit of R24 there.
23rd next week. Next Wednesday. Is Pride.
Oh, so we should definitely do something next Thursday then with some rainbows.
Simon Williamson says, I've been super busy with the opticians. I've got a new release soon and creating craft at the end of the month.
Wow, we must watch that then. I was due at the beginning of July, but I pushed it back to the end of July now. We might bump into each other at Creating Craft one day. How cool would that be? Yeah. That would be so cool.
I think there's more chance of bumping into each other in local Asda or something like that.
Maybe.
I know Simon only lives in the next village, doesn't he?
True.
Tina asks, can these stamps be easily received in the US of A?
They can be easily received in the US of A. There is obviously a charge, a higher postage charge, and unfortunately there are changes to taxes and so on, and import duty. So we've done our best to try and keep the shipping costs down as much as we can. What I would suggest, and I know this sounds like an awful thing to say, is that the more you purchase, the lesser your import costs will be, or at least it justifies the expense that you're going to have to pay for those import costs. So maybe save up for when you're ready, you want to make a few purchases and do it all at once, perhaps would be the way to do it. But we are hoping that we might be able to have our items stocked in the US eventually, so that you can buy from a supplier direct, which would be cool. We're just not quite there yet. So, but I hope that helps a little bit. There are always discount codes as well from the design team that helps a little bit with the purchase as well. If you're you're looking, anything that we can do to try and help, you guys. So that's my little bunnies done and the wheelbarrow. Let's just add a quick bit of colour to some of these flowers, so that we can create our little garden. So in our garden we've gone for pink, we've got some pinks, we've got some purples, we've got lots of green, haven't we? So for the sunflowers are really cool. They are a little bit more kind of a dark brown and orange in the centre, which is really cool. So I've just added a bit of my Y15 all the way along, and then I'm going to go in with something a little bit warmer, which is the Y35, and I'm just going to add that in a bit of a circle around the middle there. And then the YR24 is pretty good colour for adding a bit of depth, so I can add that to the background, but I'm also going to add that to the centre of my sunflower, because I don't want to make it too dark that you can't see some of those spots. So the YR27, the Tuscan orange, adds a nice bit of colour to that as well. So that's a good shout. So we've got all of our little flowers. So we're getting quite a nice mix of colours here. So what colours shall I do in my flowers? I'm going to go for pinks, because I do love pink. So and I've got some how do you say this? Bougainvillea? That sounds almost right. I don't know what bougainvillea I don't know what they actually are. I know they're a flower. I don't know which one, which kind of flower. So, but I'm going to add that to a couple of these flowers here. And I think that's quite a cute colour. That was an R43, which is quite good. What else have I got here? I feel like that's a little bit dark, actually. strong red. That's far too dark. Just having a little flick through some of my colours here just to see which ones would look good. I think this this fuchsia pink is really cool as well. It's quite a big jump from R43 to R49, but it's suggesting that that's the colour that will go with my bougainvillea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Do forgive me. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Perhaps should have zoomed in a little bit. Zoomed.
You can see you doing something. You might just need to.
You want to zoom in?
Take it out.
Shall we zoom? Just so that you can see my flowers. So I had gone for some fuchsia, but I'm thinking maybe some blue, some different shades of blue now might be nice. So let's try, because we've got a really lovely bright blue sky. So let's try some blue to bring in that colour of that sky as well. And these are just really quick and easy to colour. You don't have to go into loads and loads of detail. Right, so that's that, and I think maybe some more yellow. So we've gone for, that was the B, I keep forgetting to show you, don't I? That's B12. So what would be the next best colour after that one? Yes, this one. Yes, so just, all I like to do is just add a slightly, and I'm hiding it from you again, look, so that's B50, B14. I like to add a slightly darker shade of the colour I've used into the centre of my flowers, because you tend to find that that is where the concentration of colour usually is. Just adds a little bit of depth to your flower as well, so it doesn't just look like a flat shape. So we're going to go in with the Y15, I think, here, and make some pretty yellow flowers. And actually what I might do is not go all the way to the edge, and then I've got the Y35, which we used for our sunflower as well. And then if I take some, say some Y000, which is almost non-existent, but that will blend out those edges so that this is almost a white flower but with a yellowy centre. Cool. Alrighty, so that is pretty much all of our colouring done, I think. So we can get these guys cut out. Put all of my pens back now and create some space. I'm going to leave my colours for my bunny out, so I'm going to complete my swatch afterwards so that I know what colours I used. So put them to one side. So this is, I'm going to try and get into this habit where whenever I'm colouring something in, I do an extra stamp of it while I've got the stamp out, and then I can create a swatch for it. So I'm going to zoom back out again so that you can see what I'm doing next.
Simon's got a joke for you. He says, what do you call 3 rabbits in a row that hop backwards?
3 rabbits in a row that hop backwards.
Receding hairline.
Receding hairline. Oh, very clever. We've missed his jokes, haven't we?
Yeah.
We haven't.
Did you hear about that bald bloke that had rabbits tattooed on his head?
No.
From far away it looked like hairs.
Lols. Lol. I think I preferred Simon's joke.
Yeah, you would.
Well, yeah, bit better. Right, so we've got one little bunny, two little bunnies. We've got a little wheelbarrow. We've got a flower and a sunflower and another flower. Excellent. Okay, so we could do this through our, these would all fit on your mini die cutter for definite. So if you've got a smaller die cutting machine, you could do them individually, but we'll do them in one pass through the bigger machine. So that is going to be a bit noisy, I'm afraid. And then we'll do the smaller ones through the little machine once we've done the majority of the cutting. So I'm just making sure that I've lined this up pretty well. Oh, stuck to my finger, came away. So get stuck down. Anybody watching the Euros at the moment? I know that it's, oh, this is one where I could do with the one already cut out as a bit of a tester, but I don't think I kept it. So this one you can't really see the stem. So it is advisable to cut this out just out of some scrap cardstock first, and then line your die back through the one that you've already cut once you've placed it over your stamp, so that you can see where you're placing it and you know that it's going to be lined up correctly. But I'm going to just risk it. This one, again, there is one way that it will line up absolutely correctly. So you're just going to do a little bit of fiddling around till you find it. And it's one of those that I think you just like, you will keep spinning it round and thinking, that's not right, that's not right. But I think that's the one. There we go. And we can pop this, I feel like that one needs an extra little bit of tape there. Pop this through the machine. So apologies for any noise. Oh, I've lost my cardie. And just pop that out of the way. So yes, expect a little bit of noise. Oh dear. Always gets to a certain point and then it drops out. Here we go. So put this in here. And let's see if I did line these up correctly.
Angie says they've only been watching the tenny in their house. Laura Ann has pretty much had it on the TV for most matches.
Oh wow.
Doesn't sound like she's a willing participant in it. Watches some though. Julie says, me and the boys have been watching it and have it on now in the background, but need to get the boys to settle and to sleep.
Oh no. They're too busy crafting, too busy enjoying the craftiness. So we've got a little bunny, so cute.
Natalia's joined us. She says, super late to the party, sorry.
That's okay.
Crazy weeks ahead. She's got some family over.
Oh wow! Hello to your family. But yes, that can be a very busy time, entertaining and looking after family when they visit. It's tiring.
It is.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Looking after other people. Okay, so we've got a cute little wheelbarrow, and it even cuts out the little bit in the wheelbarrow, which I think is awesome. They tell me that they can't do cuts that small, and then I show them that and I say, well, you can because you did. So
You can because
you did. So
don't give me that.
don't tell me fibs. So yeah, I'm always trying to just get a little bit more. And they're like, no, we can't do that. Oh, that did pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with myself there. That went pretty well. So so now we've just got the extra little bits to do. But our main pieces are done, so we can start adding a few bits. But I will just cut some extra ones of these, and I do think that a plant pot might be a good idea as well. So now I can't line it up again. Look, oh, that feels like that should be the right way, but it's not, is it? That one is the right way. Surely to goodness. It's not. Okay. Let's do the little flower. Come here, little flower. Sorry, have I gone off screen? I don't know because I can't see, unfortunately. Gone off screen.
Still on screen.
I went a bit off, I think, because I was fiddling with my dies, so I think I went a bit off screen. There we go. I wonder why I can't. It's playing up my my iPad lately. Is really playing up on me when I'm trying to look at the comments. It doesn't normally. When I'm just watching things, you know, generally on it, it's absolutely fine. But as soon as I try and watch Facebook on here, it doesn't want me to view anything. So it's been a bit of a frustration, I have to say. So I've got a nice, oh, that's cute. I love it. So you see, this is a little lesson to myself, that if I'd stamped all of my flowers the same way, then I would have known which way to do my die every time. But I didn't. Just went for it, didn't I? Like you do. And then you think about it afterwards. So, what's some of the comments on? Anybody chatting?
Jane wants to know what colour Copics you used for the bunnies, if you can remember.
I can. I used E30 and E31, and then for the pink cheeks and nose, I used the RV42 and RV11.
So she's trying to catch up on Life Min, because she's having to juggle working from home and looking after the kids.
That does sound like struggles. We've had some really strange days here because like I said, we have been doing the garden, trying to make the most of the nice weather, but also trying to keep on top of all our other tasks as well, haven't we? General, you know, sort of home life and adulting, but also working. So I've been working on new stuff and admin and general time for tea business, while we've also been trying to do the garden. And we've also been visiting, so we had a lovely couple of days out. We went to visit my parents, and then we went to visit Aunt's grandparents this week, didn't we? They live in Liverpool.
Yep, went to Liverpool, went to Lincoln to see your parents.
Yeah,
Lovely.
so we've had a few little road trips, which has been cool. So
Is this the second live that we've done this week, or was that last week we did Monday as well?
last week
Last week.
we did. Oh, I don't know actually. It might have been this week. I feel like I don't know what date is really.
I don't know.
I just don't know.
It's Thursday today.
It is Thursday today, and we didn't do a live on Monday. I don't believe, because we went to see your nan on Tuesday, so I don't think we did anything.
No, that's right.
On the Monday. You were painting fences.
Yeah.
So let's have a go at starting to construct some of this, and then I'll know what extra elements I need. So I'm going to add my back panel now, first of all. So I'm just going to use some flat glue for this, some liquid glue, sorry, and adhere it flat so that we don't have any extra bulk.
Angela's joined us from Holland.
Hello, Angela.
She says sorry she's a bit late, but it's Euro 2020.
Ah.
I can see that they're winning 2-0 against Austria.
See, I'm stopping Ant from watching it, but he does have it on at the side, which is why it's a bit quieter than normal, I think. So I'm going to pop this in the background here.
Well, I've got it on just in background, hon. Don't you worry, I'm
I
still...
know.
I'm treating myself to some new slippers today. That's exciting, isn't it?
That is exciting. Exciting times when you get new slippers. You know you're an adult when you're excited about your new slippers. And I'm going to pop that there because I want to be able to see some of my grass behind, my little hill behind it. So pop that quite high up. And then I'm going to add this to this side. And I'm going to tuck it pretty much right up against this edge here. Not completely, because I don't want to stop it from folding. And then I'm going to fold it shut, fold it flat, sorry, like so that it's level across the bottom. I'm going to add some more of my glue on this side, and then I'm going to close this edge over. So then I know that it's going to, it's going to fit perfectly and it's going to stay shut. Now, because we're using liquid glue, we are just going to have to let it set a little bit before we let go, because it takes a little bit longer to dry. But then I'd advise you then bend it the other way, so that you know that it's going to stay nice and flat. And then this means then that it will go into an envelope flat, you see. So I've squished my my fence there when I've done that. So that's just a little note to self, but I can cover that little boo-boo up. I've pushed that too close to the edge there, do you see? So that means that when I've closed it, I've squished it a little bit, but it'll be fine. Fences get a little bit squished. So, and then the final thing is going to be to add the front piece. Now that's the piece that kind of keeps it stable and holds it together. But again, once you've attached that, your card will still fold flat. So let's attach this as well. So I'm going to add a bit of glue to the edge of here. And we'll add that to the edge of there. Be careful not to put any adhesive past this line here. So if you need to, just use a pencil or something just to give you a guide of where you want to apply your adhesive. I'm just, as usual, just winging it a little bit. And then I'm just going to add some glue to this side. I'm going to fold it flat before I press it down, just so that I know then that it is going to fold totally flat. And then when I lift it back up, we've got our display card, which is really, really cool. And just move it from side to side so that you know that it's going to sit straight. Now we've got our other little bit of fencing, which I'm going to put at either side here. So I might put one there. Oh, that'd be quite cute, wouldn't it? So you can, if you want, build your scene on each layer before you attach your edges. But I've gone for a bit of, I suppose, a bit of speed here. I like to see my scene fully constructed and then pop my images into that scene. But you do whatever you feel works.
I guess you know that you're not going to put your critter in the wrong place, don't you, doing it that way?
That's it, exactly.
The scene's set up.
But it just means that you haven't really got anything to, see, like for this, for the example here, I haven't really got anything to press down on. So I'm just going to have to close it to help me adhere it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but that works fine. And again, you don't want to attach anything too close to the edge, otherwise it won't open and close the way that you want it to.
Yeah, because of the way that the card that it's embossed, it doesn't. You are able to, you know, apply that pressure to make things stick on. Obviously, when you send it in the post as well, you're probably going to send it flat, but it does boing back into its normal position.
Yes.
Afterwards,
yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
So don't worry about that side of it. If you were worried, don't go to bed worrying.
Don't go to bed worrying. So this is our little guy with his wheelbarrow. So I'm going to attach this together, and I'm going to pop the wheelbarrow right in his paws there. So he's pushing his wheelbarrow. I think I'm going to have him at the front. I think he's going to look cute. And then this little guy is going to be in the back. He's carrying his sunflower and helping with the planting. So just a bit of glue to the back of that sunflower, and then I can add that to his paw. There. So he can sit there. And then I want some of these little flowers dotting about, and I think some of these in the wheelbarrow will look really quite cute as well. And then, like I say, I do think that in the windmill set here we've got this really cute little plant pot, which I think would be kind of cute to have. Now it's got these little bushes here, and I love these clouds as well, these fluffy clouds, and you can add into the fluffy clouds, you can into the bushes, you can add your flowers, because these lines here all die cut, so you can pop things in them, which is really cool. So I might I feel like that one might be, that's a nice little size. We might put one of those out as well. So I'm going to cut the little bush out of some green cardstock, and my have I got any spare white? Must have got some spare white, bear with me. I've got loads of white scraps that we can make some clouds from. It's just trying to work out which is, that's quite good. We'll use some of that, I think. Just put that there, so we can use some of this to cut out some clouds. Put that on there. And a bit of that there. And then I'm going to cut these. I'm actually going to use my Copic marker. I don't know what cardstock this is, to be honest, so, but I'm just going to add a smidge of the same colour that we used on the wheelbarrow there, for a little to make a plant pot, and I might try a bit of yellow as well, because I'm not sure which one's going to look better. So just roughly colour some of that in with the same colours that we used for the sunflower. Again, I'm not showing you, I'm being very good. There we go. And let's add this. So this is the top of your put that there, of your plant pot. If anybody's wondering what that little bit is like, what's this random piece? It's actually the top of your plant pot. So let's cut that off there and get my little die cutter. So I've not thought about a sentiment, and I don't know if I've got room for one, and I might not even have one. I don't know. It's just a cheerful little happy gardening day card. I do love the sentiments in this one though. They like have a is it you are blooming, what is it? You are, I blooming love you, that's it. That's the one that I really like. Because I like the blooming, it's kind of feels like a bit of a Yorkshireism. Although I know lots of people say that.
I think it's prevents them from, it's an alternative to a swear word.
It's an alternative to a swear word, I know, but I think it's kind of cute. So, I've got my little plant pot here that we've coloured. And you could make your plant pot, you could actually use 2 different colours to build up your plant pot if you wanted to. But I've just gone with the one. Although I could have part of it in red and part of it in yellow actually. We could mix them up. That could be quite a good idea, couldn't it? So we'll just stick those down, and I want another cloud, I think. Everything comes in 3s.
Including bad luck.
Including bad luck. Yeah. Apparently so. If you believe in those kinds of things. I don't know if I should. Oh, I didn't cut my little bush. I didn't cut my bush out. Let's cut my little bush. So, got another cloud there. Put those there.
Angela Van Andel loves the colour of the wheelbarrow.
I'm glad I went for red because it really stands out. It does really stand out now.
Mentions on the card.
And then I think we might go for another bush for good measure, because I think they'll be good laid up. So this is what I was talking about, where there's got a little cut in that little bush, and this is actually to fit in your into your plant pot. So it creates a bit of foliage to go in your plant pot, and then you can add your little flowers inside those little gaps. So it's a really fun one to do, really easy to just build up a little bit of a scene as well. So yeah, I think we'll do another one of those because I really like them. So I'm just basically ripping some scraps of cardstock here. So these little things are really cool for your little scraps, to just use up those little bits of cardstock that we've all got hanging around. I know I have lots of it, and when I've used, you know, cardstock to cut out a larger element, like I've used it to cut out the background scene, it's so easy to then just be able to use the little bits that are left over for these add-ons. So so yeah, so it's very cool. So now we've got some little bits of foliage. We've got a couple of plant pots because we've not really got like any flower beds, have we? We've got
no, everything's in planters.
Everything's in planters.
For a low maintenance garden, didn't we?
We did. So we could do one plant pot like so, and one plant pot like so. Do we like that idea, or should we do one red and one yellow? I think I like one red and one yellow. I've changed my mind. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue along the top of there, and then we can add the top piece on like so. Now we've got our little plant pots coming together, so cute. And then the red plant pots, we can add the top onto this one. There we go. I think I've not put that very central, but I couldn't move it with my nails. There we go, that's better. That's the beauty of using a bit of liquid glue. It means you can just, you've got a bit of manoeuvrability. So I could add my little bit of foliage there, which is cute. And then you could add an extra flower. Now we do have the flowers in the set as well. It comes with this smaller flower. You can die cut a few of those and stick those in there, or you can use these larger flowers if you wanted to. So, and I quite like the larger flower, and like I say, you can just, if you wanted, you could slot that into that little gap there so that it's just kind of sticking out, or you can have it hanging over the edge like this one, which I do quite like the look of that. So let's have a look at where we want to pop all of these. I know I definitely want some of the flowers in this wheelbarrow as well. So hopefully I've done enough. So we've got yellow and a pink, and I feel like I need a blue, but we could use this blue, couldn't we?
Laura Ann's recently organised her scraps, and it's been the best thing ever.
Best thing ever. You just feel so cleansed.
So she's not used a coloured piece of card in weeks, just white for panels or card blanks for everything else from scraps.
Yes, that's great. That is really good. I just think you feel so much better when you're organised, all of your bits, and it means that you know where they are, and you can get more use out of everything, which is perfect. So I think I noticed early in the chat somebody was doing some scrapbooking or journaling, and I'd love to know what it is that you're doing.
It was Laura. She's doing Euro journaling, wasn't she?
Euro journaling. What do we mean by Euro journaling? Like journaling what's Euro journaling mean? What do we mean by that? I'm really interested in the journaling and scrapbooking at the moment. It's becoming a bit of an obsession of mine at the moment. Really loving making some mini books and memory keeping journals. So yeah, I've been doing spending lots of time just doing that, and I really want to make a little mini album documenting our garden adventures, because we've really transformed it. Well, I say we, Aunt's really transformed it. It's done loads of work on it and made it look really, really cool.
I try my best, but
stuff that I could never have done.
A man's work is never done.
It's not, hon. Once you start a job, there's a million more follow it, don't they?
I've got to learn how to fit a bathroom tap over next day.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. So
oh right. She said it's listing all the matches in the Euros.
Wow.
She loves journaling. She does one with photos of the kids and little memories, then her planner journal.
Perfect.
There's me thinking you were like, you've been to different countries around Europe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, I've put that on the wrong side.
How
Actually, I want to
silly.
put that on this side. I'm going to just scrape off some of that glue and pop it on the other side. That is clear glue, so it should, in all theory, should evaporate. But I'm just going to wipe a little bit of that off, because if I layer these together, you see, I don't want to cover up the flowers, so I feel like they look quite good layered up. And a couple of these little flowers here going to look pretty cute. And then this guy is going to sit here. We've got a little bush there. Now then, so let's have a think. So I'm going to have him there. Where do I want my little pots to live? Because we want to be able to see them. I think maybe the little pots could go in the background there. We're going to have this guy here. So this is where I might have to get my head into view, because you want to be able to see everything through your scene, don't you? So he's going to sit there, so maybe the pots need to go this side, and he's going to go there, and then we've got a bit of balance. We've got these little guys here. I've got an extra little bush that perhaps I don't need. Another little plant pot would have looked quite good there. So, so I'm quite happy with that situation. You guys can probably see it better than I can, but I'm not on screen, so.
You need to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. So, I need to just.
It was on the way setting up. We just got to wait for it to catch up.
Okay. And we'll add some liquid glue then to one of my pots. Actually, is that one going in front? That one's going in front of that one. So I'm just going to stick that one to that one. And have these on a little bit of a jaunty angle.
Lots of gardening.
Lots of gardening. And that can go there. And then this little guy, glue on his bum, because I don't want to glue any of the rest of him down. So he's just going to sit on this layer here, and just press him into place. And then let's pop these little flowers down as well. Glue on at that side. Again, I'm just going to create like a little cluster of these flowers here. And what's everyone saying?
Simon loves a jaunty angle, says you can't beat one.
That's true. That is very true. And then this little guy is going to go in the middle, so we'll add a bit of glue along the bottom. So Alison's saying because of Laura, she now journals as well and does some hand lettering. That's cool. I tried a bit of hand lettering. My digital hand lettering is better than my actual hand lettering, I found.
That's because you can edit it after.
Yeah, exactly. So that's looking pretty good. I can see right the way through my scene. I'm hoping you guys can probably see it a little bit better than I can actually. And then I'm just going to add a few of these little clouds onto the edge because I think they look really cute. And they just kind of hang over. And I love the shape of these. They're just really like cartoony. I think I've added a bit of glue on the edge of there, and that might not be the best idea. Oh, I don't know, that's the wrong end. And then I like to overlap at least one for a bit of dimension. So, sentiment would look great in the middle there, I feel. So, what sentiment could we have? And
well, it's your dad's birthday next month as well, isn't it? July.
It is.
Maybe this could be his birthday card.
Oh, that's cute. He does love his garden.
He does.
I'm going to snip off the ends of my clouds so that they don't hang over the edge. So just turning my card round and then snipping them. Oh, there we go. And so then for my sentiment, what I have a couple of the guys have done before is to do a larger sentiment that kind of sits on the top, which is kind of cool. So let's have a look and see what sentiment might look like. A die cut sentiment that might look pretty cool just on top. So this is one that's already been die cut, but maybe like a hello on the top would look kind of cute.
Hello.
Too cute to spook. Maybe not. We've got big hugs and we've got It's Your Day, and we could cut out the hugs and just have the hugs on there. That'd be quite cute. Don't know, does it go with the theme though? Because it's a gardening theme. We've also got sentiments like smile, hello, lovely friend. There's quite a few. We've got, now we could do a happy birthday. I know Ant's mentioned they're doing it as a birthday card. So we have got happy, and we've got, have I got my little mini birthday die here? Hopefully I have got Sweet Home. You Are Awesome. Hello Sunshine. We've got the Wavy Hello, that's a cool one. I don't know where all my other little ones have gone. Oh, birthday, there we go. So we've got birthday, which we could team up with the happy from the gift, the happy mailbox add-on. But I'd have to layer those up. So maybe not that one. Any votes out there? Or sentiments?
Julie came up with the Hello Sunshine before you said it.
Oh, did she? So hello, maybe Hello Sunshine then. Should we have a look at that?
Simon's going to have to leave. It's been lovely watching with you all. See you soon. See you soon,
See you
Simon.
soon,
Thanks for coming.
Simon, thank you. So the Hello Sunshine is a really good one, and the Hello Sunshine also has lots of little flowers as well, which is really cool. So we could do the Hello Sunshine on the top of there, and it's got the outline as well, which would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Because that is really what we're all thinking as well, isn't it? That it's hello to the sunshine. So yeah, that'll be quite good. But what background should I do? Should I do a yellow background with a white sentiment? Maybe? Or should we do what do you think?
I'd go yellow because
of this.
Yeah, or do white on a yellow background so it's a yellow outline.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think that's what I said. I think that's what I said. Yeah, should we do that with the white and the yellow to match the yellow that's in the rest of the things? So this bit of cardstock will work, and what we can do is we'll do the trick of using our Copic markers to make it the same colour. So we do have plenty of yellow cardstock, but sometimes it's nice to just make it match. And you can also, with your markers, you can get a bit of an ombre effect. So we layer up this darker shade.
Such an easy way of getting different colours, isn't it? Because I think you don't have to worry about having that particular colour cardstock. You can create your own, really.
That's it, and it's guaranteed then to match what you're doing. Whereas sometimes you can spend a long time trying to find the right colours. You just need to go a little bit further out. And then we'll see if this works as an idea. Who knows? So we'll cut this out first. Definitely going to look out for Simon on Creating Crafters. I missed him last time. I didn't know that he was on, and I love to support fellow small businesses, all working, working hard and trying to get on in the world. So it's nice to see people doing well. So we've got the, so let's have a look. Does that, what do we think? I think yellow and blue? a bit of white. Now. I've got a nice, that looks like a nice piece of cardstock. Just waiting for it to catch up, aren't we? To see whether oh yeah, that's giving us a bit of sunshine, isn't it? Definitely. So let's cut out the wordings. This is going to be a very sunshiny card. Very sunshiny. My favourite kind of card. Sunshiny card. Okay, so let's pop this out. So it's all going to come out as individual letters. So this is very thick cardstock actually, so my little letters might not have cut all the way through. No, I don't think my E's cut all the way through. But I might be able to just give that a bit of help with my... Is that my craft knife? No, it's not. That's my pokey tool. That's my craft knife. So I might be able to just get that, because it's almost cut but not quite. And lining that back up again is going to be a bit awkward. There we go. That's that one. And then see if that one's, yeah, that's it. There we go. No problem. So now to just attach these to the background, you'll be able to see, you can see really quite easily where they line up. So, but to help me, I am going to use my tweezers, my reverse action tweezers, which are really, really helpful for this kind of thing. So just add a bit of glue on there. It's a tiny bit too much, so I'll just wipe that off. And then hope that I can spell. Not like when I'm doing it on telly. In fact, I'm going to put the sunshine on.
I was going to say, would it be better putting the sunshine on first?
Yes, it would. It would. For sure. There we go. So again, I'm going to just hold on to this with my tweezers and we'll get this stuck on. So what's everyone up to? What's people... Nothing? Everyone just watching, just watching is everybody else making summertime makes at the moment? Are we feeling the sunshiny vibes at the moment? Pardon?
They said earlier, didn't they, what they were working on?
I just mean if anybody's like doing any kind of sunshiny things. Oh, I nearly lost my tittle. Don't lose your tittle. So it's stuck to my quick sticks tool. I need to. There we go. So get that stuck on there. And then we need an E next. To think about it. One will go.
Maybe I've done it the other way. Don't start with L in that gap, and then the L.
Full of ideas, you aren't you?
That's just the way that the
After I've already started it. So these little notches here will tell you where your letters go, because it's been it's curved around the letters, the outline. So it's quite a good little guide, really. taste it up. And that one goes in there. Like so. Oh, I do love this die set. I love anything though that's sentiments. I love all the sentiment dies, and I don't use them often enough really. And they're great to just make, you know, as a focal point for your card as well.
You can make a really simple card with just a sentiment, can't you?
Definitely. And I don't do enough of that either. I do love. My favourite thing is building the scenes. I love building the scenes, but I do love clean and simple cards to look at, and I don't make a lot of them because I find clean and simple quite hard to do. But yeah, you know, you could make something really, you know, lovely, clean and simple. So we've now got our lovely bright Hello Sunshine. And again, I only need adhesive along the bottom, because what we're going to do is we're going to make this stand above that that line. So we've got our sentiments sticking up there, which is really cool. So you'll probably get the better view of it face, you know, sort of face down. Rather than if I try and stand it up. But you can see, if I stand it up, you can see the dimension and the layers that are in there, which are really, really cool. So you can see all the way through your card, see all of those layers and the depth. And then when I lay it back down, obviously you can see, again, you've seen all the way through. And that's why I love these cards, these shaped cards, because you know, you can really make more of a scene than you would if you were to just have an A2 size or an A6 size card. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. It's really summery. It's kind of what I envisaged. I think keep losing myself on screen. I have to look on my phone so I can see that you can see everything. Keep going too high, and Facebook's a little bit delayed, so we don't always know where we are. So cool, thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that's made you feel a little bit sunshiny. I think I would quite like another little pot here, so I might do that after we go off live, and I just add another little pot in that corner. I think that would just balance it out really nicely.
Julie says it's perfect sentiment for an amazingly awesome card.
Oh, thank you so much.
Positive adjectives there.
Oh, very positive. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just think it looks really, like you said, just really bright and summery, and it's giving me all of those vibes. And that's what I wanted, because that's what our time in the garden has felt like this week. So thank you so much. I know it's been a late one because of the delay, but thank you ever so much for joining me for our usual Thursday night craftiness. And I shall see you again next week, and I will definitely investigate getting something on YouTube and getting things sorted for the future. But thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you all again next week. Have a lovely week, everyone. Bye.
Thanks now.
Bye.
Bye.